Julie has raided her sewing box to grab some thread and make these beautiful Spirelli cards, and we're going to show you how to make the tree card right here.
That's right. You know, Spirelli is normally, they're these round circles, but I want to show you how you can do Spirelli with other shapes too. And we're going to make a triangle.
Okay.
And for my pattern, I'm actually using a template, and I'm going to do half a diamond. And so I'll use a pen and I'll trace it. And of course you can use your shape cutter and cut it out if you like. But if you do that, make sure you cut it a little bit bigger, because this is the Spirelli trick. I'm going to cut along this edge with decorative edge scissors. Now, it's important that when you're using decorative edge scissors, they have a pattern that's the same. It can't be like a varied pattern like some of them are. These are pinking scissors, but you could also use mini scallop. So they have to have mountains and valleys, because we're going to use the valleys to actually wind our thread. And there we go. I should have drawn a line across there, but that's going to work.
It worked
so
fine.
Now we have a triangle with a zigzag edge.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll set that aside. And now this is where the magic starts. I'm using a thread, and the lines are on one side of this, and so that is going to be the back. We will designate it like that. And you know what? We can just stick this on with a photo mount. Just pull that out. There we go. And that is going to anchor our thread to the back.
Because you could, I mean, holding it would be a pain after a while.
Oh, yeah.
So
well, you know, I mean, you could hold it, but you've got to keep that string taut as well. Okay, I'm going to leave the back on, because we'll use that to stick it down to our paper. Now then, you're going to bring the string up from the back between two of those peaks like this. Now, you're going to wrap it down the opposite side. Now, if I wrapped it down here, we would have like an open area in the center, and you would end up with like 3 crossover patterns in your triangle. Now, to get this pattern that we have right here, where the pattern is all in the center, I'm going to move that over, because wherever that string is, that is going to be the area where our center is.
Because they keep crossing over in that area.
Because they keep crossing over. So we're going to go down. Let's go down over here. Then I'm going to bring it back up through the next one, down through the next one, up, and so on, and so on, and so on, until we go all the way around. And then if we look at the red circle that I have at the front there, I actually wrapped it once, going over the circle, you know, kind of up here and then down here to give an open area right here. A bigger center is basically what I'm trying to say here. Then I went around a second time, but this time I went almost straight across with that second layer, and that's why we just have a lot going on with that particular one.
That's really pretty. I love that one.
Now, with the circle one, I did use the circle template, and I drew a 2-inch circle first, and then I actually drew a 2.5-inch circle, and then after I'd done that, then I cut it out with the pinking scissors, and then I've got my guidelines to go by.
And that's important with a circle, because that's a little more difficult to cut the pattern.
It really is. Now, obviously, you would go ahead and go all the way around until you finish your Spirelli piece.
Okay.
Now, if you'd like to crimp that piece of paper for us,
I just stuck the paper in.
Do that.
Okay.
And turn the handle. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we'll glue this to the front of the card. Get it the right way around, like that. And maybe we'll just trim it just a little bit. Now, the card, if you have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you cut it in half, then obviously you're going to have 2 cards to work with. So it's a very inexpensive, economical project. And then you would glue this probably with some of these foam squares, because it's going to make the tree stand up a little bit.
Sure.
And it's all done.
It's all done, and a nice holiday card. Julie, thank you very much. And next up with a special tip is Joe Callahan from 3M.